Apple walnut conserve is yet another way to preserve the wonderful apple. Waffles and pancakes and oatmeal are probably my favorite things to use this conserve with. It's super great with all of the kind of fall feel to it. I begin by peeling, coring, and slicing my apples using my apple core slicer peeler. This device is really so great. It makes the prep work so much faster. Then I switch to a paring knife and I get any of the skin and seeds and bad spots that were missed by the device. I then just cut straight down through all of those slices and it gives me nice tiny sections of apple. So now I take my 4 cups worth of diced apples and I put them in a large pot. And then I add 2 cups of raisins, 2 cups of sugar, 1/4 of a cup of orange juice, or just the juice from 1 medium orange, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, 1 teaspoon of dry lemon peel, or the zest from 1 orange. I'm using dry today. My kids ate all my oranges, so I don't have as many options. 1/2 teaspoon of butter, and 1/4 teaspoon of ginger. Feel free to play with these recipes. I was talking to a subscriber recently and she said that she actually puts in way more ginger than that, and she even uses the fresh ginger and then she reduces the sugar. Now for me, that might not be as good of a combination because I like things sweet, and ginger I like, but in moderation. That's the nice thing about canning your own goods, is that you can make it according to what you like. I'll then simmer this on the stove until the fruit is nice and soft and it's my desired thickness. Now that it's thickened and the fruit is nice and softened, I'll add 1/2 cup of walnuts. It's got this lovely syrup to it. And then I'll mix that in. You can already just get a feel for what a great recipe this is. Now I'll add it to my 1/2 pint size jars and I'll fill it up to 1/4 inch of headspace, which is the space from the top of the food to the top of the jar. If I get too much in the jar, it's a really easy fix. I just pull some out. This one's a little thicker, so it's a little bit harder to get it up to that headspace. Just requires more adjustments. Then I'll use a chopstick to debubble it, and I just kind of run it down the sides and in through the middle. And then if I need to adjust the headspace again, I will. Sometimes there'll be big bubbles of trapped air and that'll make it so that there's more space in there than you thought there was. And then I use a clean damp cloth to wipe off the rim of the jars. This just makes it so if there's any food stuff on the edge that it won't interfere with the seal. And then I put my lids and rings on fingertip tight. I'll then place these in the boiling water bath and process them for 10 minutes at sea level. I'm at 1,200 feet, so I'll go for 15. But I won't start my timer until after it starts to boil. Now that the timer's gone off, I'll remove the lid, turn off the heat, and let it cool for 5 minutes. I then place them on a heat-resistant surface about 1 to 2 inches apart. This helps them to cool down well, and then I will leave them for about 24 hours so that they can get a nice seal. After that, I'll remove the rings and wash off the outside with warm soapy water. Then I'll store them in a cool, dry, dark location and use them in the next 1 to 3 years. So I only had a tiny bit of this conserve left. I'm hoping I have a walnut in here somewhere. Oh, yes, I do. I have 1 walnut. So, okay. So the taste test. So I think one of the reasons why I like this so much in my oatmeal is because so much of it is raisins. I mean, you definitely get the nutty part and the apples, but I mean, think about it. Walnuts, apples, raisins, perfect for adding to oatmeal.